So you're probably wondering, Gabriel, why are you in a jacket that's clearly too small for you and in basketball shorts that, well, they're clearly faded because you wore them when you were 12 years old? And to that I say, well, great question and good observation, because this is what I wore from kindergarten to 8th grade. So I'm going to be going through each grade level with you guys, and I'm going to start with kindergarten. So some significant memories I have of kindergarten, are meeting my two best friends, Jacob Wallace and Dominic. We met when we were 5, and we've been best friends ever since. Now, I wish I had something from kindergarten to show you, but I really don't. But I have a picture of me when I was in kindergarten. You see that little baby? Excuse the reflection. But yeah, that was me in kindergarten. Little blonde boy, cute little smile. Alright, now let's move on to first grade. Now, first grade is where I met someone who I love very deeply. And her name is Lynn Castaneda. And she actually became the godmother of my sister. I should preface that I've been going to private school my entire life, and I went to the same school, Our Lady of Perpetual Help School, from kindergarten to 8th grade. And yes, if you want a close-up, that is my initials on my jacket, G. Gonzalez. So if I ever lost it, I just had a fun one with my initials on it, and that fancy little cursive. But anyway, Lynn Castaneda was a very close friend of our family, and we love her dearly. She comes over still, and we go to dinners. It's beautiful. Now, second grade was a big year for me religiously, because actually in second grade, I got my first reconciliation and my first communion. And with that, I have a little picture for you guys. Here's my siblings and I on my very first picture day in second grade. As you guys can see, I got brown hair, but I had a missing tooth. I was around 7 or 8, and I was losing teeth. So yeah. Anyway, so we're going to put that to the side. And now, in second grade, I met a lady named Maria Sintek, and she was like a grandma to me. She loved me. She loved all of us. She was probably one of, if not the best teacher I've ever had. And in third grade, I had a teacher named Linda Aldana. And I'm not going to get into detail on her because she wasn't the best teacher. She got in some controversy for bullying students, but I learned a lot from her. But I don't have really fond memories of third grade. I think my fondest memory of third grade at OPH was every day after lunch she would read Narnia, and that sparked my love of reading. So I started reading Narnia, Percy Jackson. I read like all the Magic Treehouse books. I was a reading fanatic because of her. So even though she wasn't the best teacher, I do thank her greatly for that. Now, fourth grade was a big year for me because, I turned 10, double digits, and I actually finally got this jacket that was, believe it or not, big on me at the time. Clearly it's very small now. Excuse me. Anyway, sorry about that embarrassing blooper. But yeah, fourth grade was a good year because I finally fit into this jacket, like I said. But I really kind of not came into my own, but I started realizing that, I really like math. And my teacher helped spark that love for math even greater because she was such a good math teacher. Her name was Mrs. Tananga, but we called her Mrs. T. And she was always very gracious to me. But what I loved about her so much is that she taught me so much math and helped me realize my love for math. And I was trying to find the picture I have of her and I, but I couldn't find it anywhere around the house, so I'm sorry about that. But hey, I have this jacket from fourth grade, so that'll work, and these shorts. But anyway, so next is fifth grade, and I have a little picture for you guys, from when I was in fifth grade. So as you guys can see, I got my braces, and there's my brother and sister. We had a little photo shoot, and I had braces on. And in fifth grade, my teacher, her name was Karen Warner. And keep in mind, I've been going to the same school, classes like 30 kids, Our Lady of Perpetual Help. My mom teaches there, and she was a preschool teacher, so I never had her as a teacher, but we're a very tiny community, and unfortunately, Karen Warner passed away 2 years ago, and it was very devastating for my family and I because she taught all three of my siblings. She taught me, my brother, and my sister, and she was always so gracious to us, and it was just a hard-hitting death. But yeah, fifth grade, I learned how to read fractions. That was pretty big, and I learned what decimals were and how to add and subtract negative numbers, and I just felt so smart. I really thought I was on top of the world when I was 11 years old. But anyway, so I moved into the peak of everyone's life, middle school. And OLPH, that's what I called Our Lady of Perpetual Help, OLPH, has a middle school from 6th to 8th grade. And I do have a picture of me in 6th grade, right there, on Christmas. Yeah, I got a missing tooth because my teeth were all messed up. But in 6th grade, that's when my first time I started going to other classrooms, and that was a big change for me because In elementary school, we had just stayed in one classroom, but in 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, we were going all over the campus, go to different classrooms, and that was a huge step for me. And that's when I kind of that's when I felt like I wasn't getting the full experience. That's when I was getting kind of secluded from myself. I wasn't with the same kids every day. So I started to get depressed essentially, and I tried, I know, I'm an open person, so I tried to commit suicide. And the first person I went to was my teacher, and then my mom, but my teacher helped me so much. My math teacher in 6th grade, her name was Mrs. Flores, and she not saved my life, but she showed me that there is a reason to live. And without her, I don't know if I would be here today, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, 6th grade was a fun year. I went to therapy, and after that, I became a new person. I realized that life is too precious and I should never give it up. So 7th grade was a great year, actually, compared to 6th grade, because the second year of middle school is always better than the first. And a picture I have, here we go. We made this for my mom for Mother's Day. It says, "We love you." And that's me in 7th grade right there, in my uniform with my comb over, all gelled up. That was me. And 7th grade was a fun year. I had a really cool science teacher, and my friends and I got closer because we were able to go to each other's houses. We would walk together home after school because, we were big 13-year-olds, so that was a lot of fun. But my favorite year at OPH, with my best teacher, my 8th grade history teacher, Mr. Tom Strickland, we had little things called prayer partners, and they were kindergartners from the school who we would go to church with. That's my prayer partner, Brooklyn, and then that's me in 8th grade. But 8th grade was a big year for me because it was a big year of growth. I stepped out of my comfort zone and became more vocal with myself and with others. And in that year, I had gotten so close to Jacob and Dominic all the way from kindergarten. We had gotten even closer, and we were inseparable. We were going to each other's houses every day. And 8th grade, honestly, might be the best year of my life academically because of my teacher and the people I was surrounded by. I finally got elected on student council as vice president. That was really cool. But yeah, for K to 8th grade was an amazing experience for me personally because every teacher I had such an impact on me. And that's why I want to have an impact on others. But yeah, that's my K through 8 experience. But before I begin my high school experience, I'm going to take off my jacket because it's a little tight and hot. And oh, would you look at that? I'm in my high school shirt. So yes, I went to Notre Dame High School, another small private Catholic school in Riverside, the city that I live in. And at Notre Dame, I have more than enough memorabilia from Notre Dame. So freshman year, I transitioned from middle school to high school, big transition, and I was very scared. But what I had was my teammates on my basketball team. See, I was so nervous to play basketball because I thought I wasn't ready for high school ball, but neither did they, so we bonded over that, and I do have some cool stuff to show you. So this jacket was my first raincoat. My first ND raincoat, and I still have it. I wear it when it rains sometimes. But this might be my favorite piece of high school memorabilia. The number 5 extra large jersey that was too big for a 5'8" freshman who was skinnier than me now, believe it or not. But this jersey has been with me since 2016, and you could tell because it's all beat up, but this is more than just a jersey to me. This means loyalty. This means brotherhood. I'm still best friends with my teammates today, and without this jersey, I know it sounds silly, but I want to be who I am today. Basketball has shown me hard work, grit, and determination, and I did it every day in practice with this number 5 extra large jersey. So yeah, move on to sophomore year, and that's where I met my best friend in high school. His name's Justice Robinson. In the sophomore year, I also got more gear because your boy made it up to JV basketball and got these JV warm-up jackets that we got to keep, and that was really cool. Now, sophomore year basketball is probably the best experience because all my friends and I, we went from freshman to JV. We had all gotten better, and it was just a great experience for everybody. But the sophomore year transition to junior year was very tough because junior year I had a buckle-down look where I wanted to go to college. And that's when I went on a college tour of this little campus called University of San Diego, and I was immediately hooked, but I'll get to that later. So junior year had a lot of great opportunities. I finally got an ASB. I got pulled up to varsity basketball. And of course, I got a lot of new gear because I was on ASB and basketball. And I was on peer ministry, the religious group on our campus. So I'm going to show you all the stuff I got, so get ready. All right, here we go. So I'm gonna put this right here. We got the Damien Classic, a tournament in Glendora with all the best varsity teams from Southern California. I didn't play in it because I was a bench warmer, but I could still tell my kids, yes, your father was in the Damien Classic. We got my ASB jacket right here with my name on it. That was really cool, Gonzalez. And I was so happy to finally be part of ASB. I met so many great friends. Here's my peer ministry shirt that we would wear on campus sometimes. One of my favorites. I like the design. And then here's my my breast cancer awareness shirt that I was very proud to wear on our pancake breakfast. That was a lot of fun, seeing everybody super happy. Oh, and then Holy War was a football game between our rival, and that was my junior year. That was a really fun game, even though we lost. And this black jacket here is the jacket I stole from the locker room, and the coach never asked for it back, so I still have it. But yeah, so junior year, obviously you could tell a lot of growth for me as a person, as a Catholic, and as an athlete. I was playing real, meaningful basketball. I was contributing to the school's Catholic faith, and I was contributing to the school dances. I was trying to make the school a better place, and that's when I really stepped out of my shell, and it helped me just feel more comfortable for senior year. And senior year was such a great year for me because I had felt a sense of family, a sense of inclusion. And with that, senior year came along, and I do have a picture of me from senior year right here, getting my graduation photo. Yes, I had to come over until the pandemic started because I needed it. Because, I mean, now I don't have to cut my hair because I'm not going anywhere, but still, I had that come over. And this was the jacket we got, seniors 2020. And, you know, that was all great and all. Senior year was fun. Had my first girlfriend, broke up with my first girlfriend. Learned a lot about myself that year. But mostly I learned just how to have fun because I had done all the hard stuff from junior year. And I had friends in my life who I called family. I was a homecoming king. That was really cool. And overall, it was just, I had a sense of belonging that I needed, and it was beautiful. And I just thank all of my teachers from K through 12 for giving me such an amazing experience. And now for the last school, University of San Diego. So you're probably wondering what made you choose that. Well, I kind of said it earlier, because of the small Catholic campus. It was familiar enough for me to feel comfortable, but far enough from home for me to feel like my own person. And I'm hoping that in the future, USD could provide me with many opportunities, many blessings, and I can help it reach others like I did back in high school, because I want to keep impacting this world in a positive way. And I chose USD because I truly think it can help me do that. Thank you for your time, and have a blessed evening.